And we're live. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. We're a bit late. We won't point fingers at who's responsible. We won't. We may in the future, but for now, we're going to let it slide. But yeah, thank you all for joining us for another episode of Up in Smoke, our Shadowrun 6th edition actual play. Set in London in 2080 something at this point. 80, let's say 82. 81. Before we jump into things, we'll go around the room and everyone can say who they are and who they are playing. First, we'll go into the Grey Ether and Kim.
Yeah, I'm KTP, who's the team's Technomancer. No camera today, unfortunately, and no Grifter either. You guys are stuck with just me.
There's an irony to the Technomancer not having a camera.
Wonderful. Dan.
Yes, hi. I'm Dan. I am largely playing Sphere, who is the rigger, but due to circumstances, will also be taking over Grifter tonight.
Last but not least.
Is Frozen.
Of course, and I'm playing Nico.
You'll need to restart because you were frozen and cut out for most of it.
Oh, that was weird. I'm getting that whole internet connection's unstable message, but fingers crossed it'll straighten out. I'm Kat at Clark of Court. I play Nico, the human street shaman, who so far has not impressed anyone, but is hoping that she might be able to for this one. Maybe. Okay. The dice will tell.
We'll see. So, last time our team finished the discussion on what the plan is and decided they would follow Grifter's idea of contacting Miranda and following her and the other assets put there by Podrick O'Connell to infiltrate the Ass Technology building and its subterranean laboratory. Meeting them in there, they found that their new allies had made short work of the employees, the frankly very innocent employees, in a bit of a bloodbath. But work had to be done, and they managed to open up the lift that would take them to the underground laboratory and crack the security go through. And we were leaving it as they descended into their actual mission. Sphere.
Yes.
For the most part, your communication with the team has been spotty. The Faraday cage that is the building blocks out all signals. And you lost more or less contact with them the moment they entered. But a pathway was opened when Karas flew some weapons up to another floor and passed them through a window, cracking basically the perimeter and allowing your signal through. I will ask the rest of the team, do you keep your comms open so Sphere is up to date on what's going on with you?
I'd assume they'd be open for us to talk anyway.
Okay.
I can't imagine Grifter switching his off.
No, Grifter doesn't know how.
I'm pretty sure Grifter wears his in the shower.
Yep.
Much to the...
Yeah, you've all heard his
humor.
You've all heard his shower rendition of "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" several times.
He's getting there slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not going to be a thing when he gets back.
Of course it is. You're welcome, Pete. You're welcome. Teach us not to miss a game.
Yeah.
We love you.
With that you're pretty much aware that the people they're with have wildly different priorities than your team.
Mm-hmm.
There's a likelihood that if whatever they find, if there is a conflict, your team will need backup.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the moment they get on that lift and start heading downwards, your communications shut down. You lose complete access, contact with them.
So there's really very little I can do to deal with that.
There's always heading there. Because your drones, the moment your drones enter that building, they're lost.
Yeah, and I don't have any drones that would be helpful in this situation.
Inside, though, those drones of yours could provide the necessary scouting ability that might simplify some of the tasks.
Is this like? Would I have to? I'm supposing I would have to be on like within the bottom
Yeah,
floors.
you need to be on premises to be able to use your technology.
There will be a delay between. I mean, there'll be a delay before Sphere can get there.
Yep.
But basically, before losing contact, Sphere is going to, not by voice, but basically send a quick message. I'm gonna say to Nico, and just a quick message to ask, do you need me there? Or is it safer if I sit this out?
And promise you safety, but we could always use another gun. The elevator works. You don't have to take the stairs.
You get a response of, not many guns, but I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
And Sphere will set off, but it'll take a short bit to get there. But we'll set off with a few drones and definitely some guns. And Sphere always has a shotgun. And we have control of the scanners and metal detectors in the building, yes?
Yeah, they belong to KTP.
Yeah. So KTP will be warned to just basically set the scanners to show two specific weapons, basically a shotgun and an assault rifle as like bars of candy.
Okay.
Because from disassembling one of the other drones, I still have 2 assault rifles lying around, which I actually gave to Grifter, but I don't think Grifter will mind me borrowing that for this. And they'll just be hidden within the bodywork of the wheelchair.
I'm gonna have you make one final logic and engineering roll for the time you've had to be able to continue work on your chair. Based on that, we'll go forward with benefits or drawbacks.
Okay.
How many successes had you had before? Accumulated?
Let me just open them up. I have that in my actual character sheet, which I should have open. I believe that's a useful thing. Is it? Oh my God, cat.
Yes.
No, wrong. I'd only made 1 roll, so I only had 3 out of 25.
Okay, make another.
Logic and engineering, so that's pretty good for me. No tiny D8, you're not supposed to be in here. I'm so sorry for the cat yowling. She's been banished from upstairs because she's doing that, and my partner is battling migraine. Okay, that's not a glitch. Good. That is 5 hits.
5 hits. With what you've been working on, you have enough not to finish building the chair, but know how to temporarily strap your rigger console to your current store-bought chair. To be able to have it on hand within, nearby as you roll out into the street and up to this place without having to worry that it's going to fall off or lose it in any way.
Yeah, that's all right. And yeah, I'm just gonna hang a coat over the back and keep the weapons hidden there. Hey, kitty. I know you want to go outside again. Sorry.
Nothing. We all got disturbed by Kitty. The lift descends. You were like 20th floor, 18, 15, 12, 8, 5, 3, and then -1, -2, -3. Ding! Door slides open, leading you to a stark white, almost clinically white hallway. And a pleasant, though mechanical voice comes out, "Welcome to the Aztechnology Mixlan Arco Lab. If you are new, please go down the hall to administration. A guard will be coming to escort you shortly. Have a pleasant day."
Sphere does not wait for a guard to escort them and is just gonna...
You have not arrived yet. This is the rest of the crew that going down. Unless you all want to wait for Sphere to arrive before you go down. That's up to Nico and KTP.
I think if they were pretty antsy to head down, so I think we would probably be heading down straight away.
Okay. So yes,
Nico's standing behind Pincer, doing that whole peek out from around him thing.
yeah. You receive that messages. Welcome to the Arco Lab. The name of the place is Mictlan. Mictlan. And a guard will be with you shortly to escort you. Make a roll.
Nico will be using her improved sense on hearing to keep an ear out. Literally.
So I'm going to ask you, you hear the footsteps of boots on the very shiny, very polished ceramic floor. There's a squeak in the step, but it's approaching. Do you all want, as you hear it, you see Miranda just unholster a gun and aim at the end of the hall where there's a turn, where that guard would appear.
Can Nico tell how many sets of footsteps are coming?
Make a perception and intuition roll.
Okay. So what is that? And I'm going to use my bonus edge to for a reroll.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this out there too, seeing as he's not here. Grifter's got an imaging scope, which apparently can look round corners and share what's seen with the team.
But he would need to be at the corner because it's the kind of thing where you just
Right. Okay.
put it and it turns.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
3. There's a bit of an echo and the squeak doesn't help, but you're fairly certain it's a single pair.
So just one coming. She just kind of whispers that very quietly.
Miranda just nods and has the gun trained on the spot where the guard is going to show up. Anyone else going to do anything?
Can I do a matrix perception check just to see what the icon is? Or if there is an icon.
And Nico would like to cast silence on Miranda for the gunshot.
The difficulty for your roll is 3, KTB.
Okay.
That is the security of basically the stealth of this comms device that is using to keep everything hidden.
All right, let me just grab the right die. So I'm used to having someone make the rolls for me, but this is a bit new.
Yeah. First time for
So
everything.
it's about making my own rolls. I hate to say it, it's only a 2.
You do not see an icon. Do you think it's likely hidden? With the security that you faced, it's not out of the realms of the possibility that a guard, the people here would have their either running silent or have their comms in silent mode, basically.
Yeah.
I will say you have a +3 that was given by Megan, in case you wish to use it. Though that is, unless you wish to save it for something else down the line.
Personally, I think we're going to get in more trouble than this. It might be worth saving it.
Okay.
Nico would like to reach around and just gently touch Miranda and cast improved silence.
What does that do?
That will prevent any sounds that she makes from being heard by anyone or being picked up by any microphones. So if she fires her gun, nobody's going to hear that.
I'm going to say normally that would be what sounds you make. So walking, running, stumping physically. For the gun, I'll allow it, but I'm going to put a bit of put a difficulty on it because the gun is fairly loud.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the difficulty of this one at, again, 3, the magic number.
Okay. I rolled 4.
4. You envelop Miranda in this bubble of silence, and here's where I tell you that Miranda rolled 6 successes on the attack. Her weapon does 5 physical, and the guard only resisted 1 point of damage. And he has 10 boxes in the condition monitor. And NPCs don't have overflow. So this guard turns the corner, and Miranda makes 1 shot and blows his head off. The guard drops to the floor.
I dropped the spell on Miranda.
Okay, let's move. There's a face. Clean the body. You see about face, go, fine, I'll do it. He walks and takes the body and drags him down the hallway. And you see, and it's right on time because as he draws that body down the way you came, you notice that there is a camera slowly moving to pan towards you. It may not see a body, it's gonna see a blood spatter.
How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling, let's say standard. What's the average ceiling height?
8 to 10 feet, depending.
Oh, 10. So 3 meters.
Okay. So, and Pince is with us, right?
Yes.
And he's the tallest of the group.
He and Grifter are pretty much like neck and neck.
So KTP will kind of sort of nod to the camera and then motion to Grifter and Pincer to lift her up so she can touch the camera to use the skin link.
Okay. What I will ask you is we'll have you make this roll because you'll have to get. Here's the thing. You are in the kind of opposite end of that hallway. You need to get the camera before it catches up to you. And whatever else is going to see. So you have the choice of making a roll to see if you can run fast enough to get there. Or Grifter can pick you up and he can make the roll to see if he can carry you there fast enough.
Or Nico can cast chaos on it.
Cool. Though I will roll for resistance against your magic. Because it is a complex piece of technology. So it's going to be rolling 20 dice.
If KTP wants to try that first, or however you want to do this.
What would the roles be for Grifter? Because I have a feeling
that would be an agility and let me quickly check the character sheet so I can give you the correct.
Okay. Strength.
Yeah, so it's gonna be strength and skills. Let's make it athletics. Strength and athletics, difficulty 3 again.
So for Grifter, that would be an 11. So what do you reckon, Kat? What's our best bet?
Well, I tend to roll 16 dice at a time for my magic.
So you've definitely got more dice than Grifter would have.
Yep.
The only difference is Grifter has to meet as a fixed difficulty. Nico needs to make an opposed roll.
Mm.
But I can also I could also use that +3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we can all agree that it's important to get the cameras down before.
Yep.
Yes, Pete. Yes, Pete. I'll allow it this time.
Get back to work.
Spend the channel points first.
Okay, so who is making the thing? ADP with Grifter piggybacking her, or Nico with a nice little bit of chaos?
And 2 boosts.
And my personal suggestion is for KTP.
Yeah, happy to try it if Kat's happy with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I would say that Nico's probably starting to draw up the spell, but she's kind of out of the corner of her eye catches what's going on with KTP and Grifter, and
Yeah.
will kind of pull the magic back in.
Okay.
Okay,
All
make
right.
the roll.
Or push comes to shove, it's back up.
4. So I think we're all right. So did that come through okay? It was a 4.
4 hits then.
Yeah.
Grifter speeds down the alley carrying you, and you get there just in time to, get up on his shoulder and just tap this camera. Because you're just tapping the camera, your options are limited. But you can, because you're not in the full security system and control over the camera, make it loop or something. So your options with the device are simply turn off, turn on.
Yeah.
Or, you could also forgo, well, it's not even forgo, you can manually push the camera to point somewhere else. Like swivel it on your own if you like.
Yeah. Is
Well,
there
that's-
somewhere? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, while that is happening, Nico, can you make a intuition and perception roll for me?
Sure.
Okay, KDB, you were saying?
Is there somewhere that we could angle it where it wouldn't?
Yeah, you can just point it, at the corner or at the wall, or point it back the way it came before you shut it down, or What you can do is with your device, you can just lock it. That's another thing you can do. You can just lock the rotation.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess.
Nico, you suddenly feel almost like ants crawling on you. You see that Miranda shakes a bit, and you literally feel like something walking over, up your leg, and then you hear this strange chittering noise. It's almost imperceptible. You hear almost like a whisper, and then you notice the blood is gone.
Nico is doing that whole DTs thing. All of a sudden, she is just pushing down on her legs and scratching at her head, combing through her hair, and just rubbing at her
What worries
body.
you the most is that you feel something.
Yep.
It's almost like the sensation is almost like your hand falls asleep for a moment. There's a tingle, but you definitely felt something. Around this time, Sphere, you're arriving at this building. So let's have you make a strength and athletics roll, just to see how well and how fast you moved. Well, I'm going to assume you moved fast, but let's see how exhausted you might get here or not. It's about 4 blocks away, so it's not that big a distance.
This is an interesting situation. I rolled 3 6s and 3 1s.
That is a glitch. That's the definition of a glitch. I would allow... You know what? No, I'm not going to allow you to spend a +3 to get rid of the glitch. I'm not.
I was considering spending an edge to reroll, but I didn't
I
want to announce that
mean, you
beforehand because I didn't
can.
think
You can if you like. I have no control over that.
You know, I'm gonna do it. I don't want to start with a glitch.
I mean, it would be the first time any of you roll a fucking glitch.
I've rolled glitches.
No, not as many as I have.
That's true. Okay, that changes it to 113.
Okay, no glitch.
Sorry.
You arrive at an empty lobby. And it's an empty lobby
That's weird.
because all 3 guards have already been killed in the last session.
Hmm. I was expecting replacements.
Not yet. No one has noticed that they're not gone because the people who had left had already left for the day, and the people who remained were dispatched.
Gotcha.
So no one has noticed that the guards are not where they should be. Once inside, though, your communications pick up by, again, they're spotty, but you can talk to Nico and KTP again.
Yeah. As soon as communications are back, for the sake of not, like, immediately fucking everything up, it's just a quick text message saying, catching up to you. Because if they're in the middle of something, maybe it's best not to just have a voice in your head going off at random.
Okay. Do you let them know that you are in the building?
Yeah, I suppose just saying catching up to you is misleading. Yeah. Can I ask which floor they're on? Like which elevator do I
-3.
take? Yeah.
You would need basically guidance from my Nico, like most likely KTP, to be able to get down here.
Yeah. Basically.
I think Nico finally twigs that this is her danger sense going off.
Twigs kind of at the same time, yes.
Yeah. And as a reflex, she's going to cast greater visibility on herself. Just
Okay.
poof. So I'll make that roll.
While you're doing that, when you're rolling for your drain, roll for double the amount.
Okay. So anyway, that is 6 hits on greater invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
And let me roll my drain. I'm gonna fail this roll, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, I just took 4 more, because I failed my drain roll on the silence roll. So she's now taken 6 points of stun damage and is going to slap on a stim patch.
As you cast this spell, as you just channel forward your mana to create this effect, you feel, again, very ghostly, but you feel more of those legs around you, and this time distinct, almost like a bite, and you feel almost like your magic is being drained out of you, and it feels like it takes more effort to get the spell out.
Okay, so Nico is like a 3-pack a day smoker trying to quit. She's got boom patches on her to take care of that stun damage for the next 20 minutes.
And you're going to take that stun damage all over again.
Yeah, but at least for the next 20 minutes. And I mean, she's gone invisible. And she's just like, something's draining the magic. And she sounds very weirded out.
ATP, you and Grifter are at the end of this hall. And you have the camera. What do? You shut it down?
No, I probably turn it to a different angle and lock it.
Point it upwards or anything out of the way. This next hallway, you begin to see some doors and some windows. But the hallway itself is fairly quiet, though you do hear some muffled voices here and there. But it is late at night, so there might not be too many people in the actual work areas.
Right. Could we do another perception check to see, like, to scan for, see how many icons there are?
Sure, make a roll.
Okay. Oh, I got 7 that time.
7.
Yeah.
For a moment, you're overwhelmed because you see a few icons pop up in AR. You see them across some of the walls. You see some icons of some comms devices, plus any chained. I say chained because I don't like the usual term, which is slaved devices. I prefer bound or chained. Sounds better and kinkier, so win-win. There are a few of those, and a few more that you realize have guns chained to them, all enabled, so they're Wi-Fi enabled, meaning they any bonuses that you get from the weapon being Wi-Fi enabled is with them, which is likely accuracy and that sort of thing. Then, from your point of view, you see that past the windows and a bit down are about 5 or 6 more. And then something draws your attention down, going down, and you detect, and these are icons of people. 6,000. Or you lose count after a few hundred. But something in your brain, because you are tuned to the matrix and machine, and something in your mind processes the information, and that even though it is an overwhelming amount to be looking at, there are 6,000 icons in this environment. You don't know who or what they are, and that's not without counting the myriad of icons that you see for machinery and tools and such.
Okay. So rather than say this out loud, she's going to send a text message, I guess, if that still exists in
of
Shadowrun
course
times, to Sphere, Grifter, and Nico, like letting them know that there are 6,000 people here, and just say, like, there's no way of knowing whether they're hostile or whether they're in trouble. So she doesn't want Miranda and the other team to know, because obviously their goal is to just take everything out. But just in case these are kind of civilians or innocents.
Hey. Sphere, you are still in the lobby.
Yeah. Still. Since apparently nobody's responding to texts anymore these days, just gonna place a call. Forget placing a call. Just like, since nothing is here in the lobby and nothing is happening, just gonna go open on the comms. Just ask like, hey, what's happening?
So KTP's got control of the lift, hasn't she? We did this
Yes.
in the last game. So
You do know, though, that to go down, the password needs to be inputted.
yeah. And that was just on a keypad before, wasn't it?
Yep. Do you remember the password?
Yep, Shangri-La.
There we go.
So, yeah, I guess she'll send a message back to Sphere saying, look out for the lift, whatever the floor number was. And
-3.
Shangri-La.
Okay.
Oh, and then
what-
she'll also tack on a message saying, watch out for cameras.
Got it. But what happened up here? Like, the place is empty.
Our friends happen, just get down here.
Oh God, friends. All right. Oh well, yeah. And Sphere's gonna sign up, wait for an elevator, input the password, put the floor number, and just.
You head down.
It is gonna have a shotgun at the ready just in case, because in case KTP is forgetting to mention something, in case things have changed, who knows?
Ding! Welcome to the Ask Technology Mictlan Arco Lab. If you are new here, please head down the hall to administration. A guard will be with you shortly to guide you.
Somehow I doubt that. And they're gonna wheel themselves out.
You wheel yourself out, and the first thing you see turning to face you is Pincer.
Oh God,
But
and Sphere doesn't get.
Sphere would have known that Pincer was there.
No.
No, you would have, because in the last game, you sent a message in chat saying Sphere would have told us, do what you've got to do. When I raised the fact that Sphere might not like it, the fact that we're working with Pincer and Miranda.
Yeah. Right, yes, there was that. That was before you went completely dark.
But coming face to face with Pincer is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, there's there's an immediate, that lump of ice in your gut. And essentially waiting to see if there's any sign of recognition, anything from Pincer.
Miranda gives you one look and just starts walking forward. The other three, Pincer, 8-Bit, and Face Off, they turn to you and they give you a strange look. And About Face comes, it says, not Face Off, About Face is the name. It says, sorry, you seem kind of familiar. Have we met? Again, last
really don't
time you saw this three, or they were getting
butchered.
Yeah.
What's your? You know what? We can talk about this afterwards. But yeah, we've met. You might not remember it. It was a short-lived experience.
Okay. Anywho, I'm gonna guess you're with the other crew.
Yeah. And how much do you remember from 3 years ago?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, what's the point? The present is now. We're in the middle of a job. Who cares about 3 years ago?
You know what? Let me show you something after the job, and your interest might be piqued. We'll see. Let's get through this first. Like you said, the present
Make
is
a charisma and persuasion roll. Influence, sorry,
Oh.
influence.
Oh, sure. Ask for my very worst stats.
Remember,
You're-
we've got a
you're
couple
the
of
one
boosts
trying to
if
be
you need them,
reasonable.
Jay.
Yep, we do have some +3 boosts.
Yeah, you're the one trying to be reasonable with these people.
Mhm. I wish I could get some extra dice. But I've used up all my karma. And I'm not going to use what I have retroactively. Nope, that's going to be 3 dice, and we'll see what happens. How many +3s do I got?
There are currently 3.
Hey, gang, do you mind if I use all 3 of them? Because not one of those dice is a success. No,
Difficulty is 1.
all right, fine. I'll just use one of them then. I feel like you're being way too generous with me, but I'm curious to see where this goes. So yeah, we'll just use one of them.
There is no enmity. Mostly it's neutral, and you just tell them it may have something for you that you'll be interested in. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. It's more to see if they think, yeah, sure, maybe it might be worth my time. And literally they go, sure, if there's time.
I promise you, your minds will be blown.
Okay. You see a bit moving forward, and Miranda at the same time they kind of like doing this with their arms and moving. Man, just something's off. Something is really off. I don't know what, but something was weird. Fucking ass technology.
Is this anything that Sphere might be able to catch?
I mean, at the moment you arrived and you see the dead guard on the floor, actually make an intuition or perception roll.
Oh, boy.
Is it only Nico and Miranda that are feeling this?
No. You start to feel it too. Feel like something is crawling on you.
Oh, that's a much better roll. That's 4 hits.
4 hits. You notice the guard and you realize this dude, his head was, popped open like a watermelon. There's no blood anywhere. In fact, you roll up close to the body. There's no blood anywhere. You see it almost small and almost like faded, almost like a wound that's like a scar that has mostly healed. You see bite marks.
Oof, I'm gonna
Around the edges of like the broken skull, you see some bite marks.
I'm gonna pop out one of my drones that has a cyberware scanner.
Okay, you pop this drone, it scans. I mean, Grifter, Miranda, and Pincer are decked to the gills in cyberware. About Face is a couple, particularly Cyber Eyes, and some you don't know what it is. You do see that he has an internal piece of machinery.
Okay.
It is not, something you see typically. It's almost, you could mistake it for something that he got in an operation, something medical, but not entirely sure.
Yeah.
And, A-Bit has the usual, Decker stuff.
But the guard has nothing that we know. Like, there's no sort of.
No cyberware on this guy.
Okay, I was checking to see if there's any sort of like auto.
Sorry, again,
Regeneration impact.
I butchered that name. It's not 8-bit, it's bit part. I forgot it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing on the guard themselves that would cause this. But tiny imperceptible bite marks, that means there's something.
You are feeling something crawling up your arm. And there's nothing there. You feel it like a tingle. Like bits of your arm are falling asleep. And you hear almost like a whisper, almost imperceptible. Nico heard it a bit louder. But you hear the like a chittering noise. Just almost in the back of your mind. As you feel this, whatever it is, moving.
All right, that's unnerving.
You all move forward.
And Nika's moving stealthily because she's invisible and she wants to stay that way.
Yeah.
You all move past the couple of hallways you're in onto the other one where the windows and doors are. Past the first window, you see into an open area that is down a level or so, where you see essentially a bunch of mini stargates, like aligned on a wall and hovering between them like cracks, basically in the air, like it tears in reality. I need all of you to please make a reaction and intuition roll for me.
Do you want me to do that for Grifter as well?
Yes, please. You also notice as everyone down there, who are some of the icons you had seen, everyone in that lab is dead.
What the? Okay.
Gri-
3 hits.
Grifter is a 3. Just doing mine now.
Okay, I'm going to be using, I've got an attribute boost to reaction, so I'm going to roll that first to see if I can't get myself a little better.
KTP is a 4.
That's an extra 3 dice to that. So we're rolling reaction plus
Intuition.
intuition. Okay, so 7, another 10 dice. Okay.
Sphere, since you are bringing up the rear, you have an edge for this roll.
I'm going to keep that one.
Okay.
Or is it? It's just for this roll. It doesn't carry over.
Yeah, it's just for this roll.
I mean, then I'm gonna use it. Nope, that turned a 2 into a 2.
So that's 3 hits for you. You all walk by this and you see everybody in that lab is dead. You see that there are warning signs as containment engaged. You hear a muffled alarm, like the glass or something in there is muffling the sound. And then you have a moment just to notice the glass crack. And not just cracks it, but crack, and then a line follows it. And you react immediately and duck as the glass explodes outward. And you all feel this wave of wind go past you that you're certain if you had been standing there, it would have cut your head clean off. As it happens, as the wind is fading, you feel something move over you. and there is a flicker, and you see a chitinous arm that ends in a giant scythe-like appendage move, and then go back into the lab and fades from vision and becomes invisible.
What the fuck is down here with us?
I don't give a fuck. I want to find the fucking server room. Get the fuck out of here.
The
Yeah,
wall
all right,
near
but-
the wall near the window rocks.
Yeah, Nico's low crawling away from this. I mean, she is just again, she's still invisible. But she's low crawling. She's moving down the hallway away from this.
Hey. You move down the hallway, a door opens after this noise, and 2 guards pop up.
She freezes in place.
You need to roll to see if they can even see you. One of the guards rolled 4 hits, not enough. The other guy glitches, he doesn't even see you. His attention is on the broken window and the group of unknown individuals that seem heavily armed. So I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
6.
7
12
for-
total. Go ahead.
Sorry, 7 for KTP and 17 for Grifter.
12 for Nico.
You know, it's been so long I've forgotten how to roll initiative.
You take your initiative dice, it's 1d6, and add your intuition and reaction.
Which is a 7 because I rolled 1.
Make that 13 for Nico because I forgot to update that.
I don't know if I've ever gone high in the initiative order. That's where my dice always fail me.
Mhm.
Hey, the first one going up is Pincer, as he does have the quadruple reflex booster that gives him 4d6 initiative. And he will just charge at one of the guards. Gonna roll for the guard to see if it can get away. Not close enough. Pincer rolls 7 hits against 1 hit to avoid. He tackles the guard, and Sphere, you have a moment of recognition as you see that a few steps in, the hydraulics that are built into Pincer's legs means he picks up tremendous speed and essentially gores this guard, straight spikes him into a wall.
Well,
Dealing just for the speed and the damage, dealing 8 physical. Plus the 6 hits that went over. That's 14 levels of physical damage that this guard has no way of tolerating. There is a wet snap and a crack. The impact actually tears the skin, and the guard turns into a Jackson Pollock painting on the wall. Pincer has swatted him like a fly. Next up is Grifter.
I'm gonna say, just seeing that, Sphere just has an immediate reaction of
You know what? Let's
shuddering recognition.
You know what? Let's have Sphere actually make a roll.
Oh boy, I love you.
Mhm.
Oh, Sphere's PTSD is kicking in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's like, oh, so that's what I would have.
Let's
looked
make
like.
this a willpower and intuition.
Okay. You're giving me so many rolls here where it's just 6 dice tonight. It's interesting.
I'm going to put the difficulty of this, though, at 4.
It
Because
is.
it is a fairly fresh event.
Mm-hmm.
And this is this would clearly trigger a reaction.
Yeah, I don't make that. I've got 2.
Okay, in that case, please, Sphere.
Mm-hmm.
How does Sphere react as the memories of the event, the pain, and everything just suddenly comes flowing back?
There's an instinctive fight. An internal conflict at the moment between just running or trying to shoot Pincer. Because, like, had it not been for the car, that would have been Sphere. Like, essentially, that's sort of, so if I, the fact that this is what I am now, the fact that my spine has been partially severed and I got shot in the gut and had to be airlifted out to not die immediately on the spot, that was me getting off light.
Yeah, you are immediately aware that you got off easy.
Yeah.
Which is saying something.
Yeah, and that recognition, I'm going to suggest that I would say probably that Sphere forfeits a turn, because there's just that immediate shock is just, and it's just going to be staring at that and trying to comprehend.
I agree with that choice.
What could have been.
What we'll do is next turn we'll have you roll again and see with a lower difficulty and see if Sphere can come out of the episode.
Yeah.
So that would be Sphere. Your turn wasn't next, so now it will be Grifter. So Grifter, if Grifter is going to make an attack, it's going to be agility and firearms. With his gun that deals 4 physical, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, I'm getting the dice ready if that's what we want Grifter to do.
Absolutely. I'm not entirely clear on what Shadowrun rules are for dual wielding guns.
They were recently introduced. You add 1 to the damage value. 1 to the damage value of the. Basically, you select one weapon as the main weapon, another one as the secondary, so to speak. Depending if the damage is below 5 physical for the second weapon, you add +1 damage to the main one. If it's greater than 5, you add +2, and you add 1 accuracy. There is, of course, the option of spending about 4 edge and just straight up make 2 shots with a full dice pool.
Because I was going to suggest, I did mention I brought a second assault. I did bring an assault rifle, so if Grifter wants to, and I think Grifter would want to probably just pull it out from the wheelchair and go. KTP, you know the player better than I do. Do you think that would be an appealing?
Come on, this is Pete from Guns. Like, do you need to ask?
Okay, so in that case, just make the attack roll that you were going to the roll you want to do. Add 1 more die for accuracy.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think you would also need to add another die because I think as all weapons, they're Wi-Fi enabled, so the smart link and everything that he has gives another die of accuracy.
Okay. I will make that roll now.
We'll roll for the guard.
Okay, you got 8 hits.
8 hits plus 2 2 to the damage value because of the dual wielding. That's 10. Plus the physical damage of the main weapon is it 5, I think? Or 4?
Can you remember which weapon it was that he chose?
I'm guessing it's one of the assault rifles. Let's go with 5. Let's go with 5.
Yeah, it looks like a 5.
So that would make it 15. This guard rolled his defense, and it's roll 2. So that's 13 damage to resist. He will roll his body of 4. He needs to hit 4 hits to survive. Grifter Swiss cheeses him. Just he goes 80s action hero, and just turns this poor guard into it's a mess.
Does Grifter have Arnie mode of just?
I think he already did.
Alone.
He's at this moment. If Grifter stays here shooting, it'll become Hot Shots 2. Just him standing with bullets around him. But no. Again, the bodies fall. Everything gets Jackson Pollocked. We're gonna keep the initiative moving forward because more things might show up. Case in point, all the blood disappears immediately, and for a moment there's a shimmer, and then you see that the entire hallway, and you are all surrounded by these pitch black with like green striations, like almost glowing radioactive lines, spiders. So the eyes of the spiders, the eyes are human. They're not the black eye, they're 8 very human looking eyes.
I don't like you right now.
They move. You see the typical chittering of the spider moving, but you see that their movements are strange. They don't have 8 legs, they have 6. And the legs extend, like grab a point forward and they move that way. You are surrounded by these spiders and they have manifested physically. It is Miranda's turn, and she's just... I'm going to make a roll for her to see if she freaks out, because this is a freakable situation.
It's a lot of freaking going on.
No. Miranda is made of hardier stuff, and she just proceeds to go to town on these things. Rolled 5 hits. Go for the little spider thing. Nothing. Miranda just slices one of them in half. As she does, the 2 halves, a new spider grows out of every half. And they both turn to look up at Miranda. And then something changes. The chittering changes. And it now sounds like laughter. What do? It is now Nico.
Where's Nico in relation to these spiders?
You are on the floor and they're all around you.
Okay. Give me is it possible for her to move stealthily to get out from the middle of these spiders so that they're all, and all her companions, is the party all still clustered together with surrounded? Okay.
Yeah. And when I say surrounded, I don't just mean on the floor. These things are on the walls, on the ceiling, down the hallway. The entire place is infested.
Okay.
You basically, something turned something on, and you find yourself in that place full of spiders in every Resident Evil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nico drops invisibility and she looks over at KTP and she says, I'm going to pass out and I'm going to cast Fireball and I'm going to increase the area of effect. So it's a 4-meter radius that I can hit as many spiders as I can close to us without damaging the party and any of our allies.
Okay. So you can exclude targets?
No, I want to put the fireball. If we're all clustered together and they're surrounding us, I want that 4-meter radius where the edge is going to get spiders, but not overlap into us.
Yeah, you can do that. Pincer is the only one who is away from you. So if you're gonna put it, down the hallway towards where you were moving, there is a chance that he'll be caught.
Okay.
In fact, he will be caught.
He will be caught. Okay. So yeah, she drops invisibility. She looks at KTP. Because she's laying on the floor. She rolls over. And she goes, "I'm going to be passing out," and she pins her, Doc, and casting Fireball.
Okay. As you drop invisibility,
Yes.
you all hear clearly, there she is. There she is. Food.
I'm also going to claim one of those +3 bonuses,
Okay.
and I'm going to burn 4 edge to explode my 6s. And I get to add my edge pool to that as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that. Okay. Sorry, y'all, lots of dice here. Okay, I actually did not roll any 6s, but that's 9 hits.
9 hits. Okay.
Yep. And so damage.
Roll
is-
resistance for Pincer.
Okay. Yeah, it's reaction plus willpower because it's an indirect combat spell.
So what is the damage value? The
Damage value is going to be 14.
14.
Yep.
Okay.
Magic divided by 2 rounded up plus net hits. Plus amp up, which I didn't do, I just increased the area.
Full body
Big.
right now.
Yep.
Okay. So how much is this damage?
14.
14. Give me some, you want me just to check something?
Okay. And it does fire elemental damage and imposes the burning status with a rating equal to the net hits on the spellcasting test.
Okay. Well, I have good news and bad news.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The good news is that you evaporate, you char a giant, basically the section between you and the doors that go into these labs, clear of spiders and whatever strange thing they do. You do notice that there is some kind of substance that they drool that kind of gets on the floor. It's not sticky, but you're fairly certain that it's not entirely here either. That gets evaporated with your magic too.
Okay.
The downside is it's going to be 15 damage, right?
14. Yeah.
14. Okay. I rolled no hits on the resistance from Pincer, and he rolled 3 hits on his body to resist the damage. Pincer has just taken 11 levels of fire damage. He is burning. He is still up.
She just goes, sorry. Am I still rolling double for drain?
What do you think?
Of course I am. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be, I'm going to fail this. It's just a matter of how
You're gonna go into basically the overflow is gonna go into physical.
Yeah. So the drain value is doubled. It's 6. That makes it 12. I have 3 hits. So 9. I'm taking 9 points of stun damage. I'll let you know how much that overflows. Is that going to override the? Oh yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's unconscious. I've filled my stun pool.
She's
and
unconscious.
I've taken and 1 physical damage. So Nico does this, and it
Nico gets a severe nosebleed. She even coughs up a bit of blood because there's a strain in her body on the inside. Something is wrong, and she just drops. Okay, so Pincer's still standing with 1 condition monitor. It is. That was delightful.
There's a part of me that's thinking, why couldn't the fucker just burn?
It's KTP Sphere. What was your initiative? Sorry?
7.
7. You and KTP go now.
Okay. I'm just gonna make another roll to see if I snap out of it.
This is time difficulty 3.
That's good because that I manage.
You take a deep breath. You're back here, and you know that, and the explosion also helped you rock you back into place. You see Nico has dropped. Pincer is sporting some severe burns and looks to be barely standing. I will allow everyone, except Nico, who's fucking unconscious, to make a perception and intuition roll.
That grifter as well.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh boy. There's the other cat.
The grifter is 3.
Oh, wait, that's stun damage that the patches were counteracting. That comes back too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's still not 20 minutes out, so there's time.
Okay. Just let me know, because then I'll have to add those boxes to physical.
Yeah.
KTP's 5.
5. Okay.
1 hit, but it's a glitch. And this time
I think you're just too right now that you come back to the present. There's so much going on that you're going to be distracted. What I'm going to say is your next action, I'm going to give you a penalty, a -2 penalty because you're very distracted.
absolutely fair. Like Sphere snaps back into reality and things are on fire and oh god, what the fuck have I missed in the last few
Again,
seconds?
I have good news and bad news.
Mm-hmm.
So the good news is we're going to take our 10-minute break right now. The bad news is the other crew does not appreciate that you've taken out their tank. So they're turning their guns on you.
Oops.
But that was an accident.
That was not an accident. That was a fireball.
Fireballs are happy little accidents.
No, fireballs are calculated risks.
And
Calculated that Pincer was worth the risk.
And these people are not here to. You can clearly tell, specifically KTP, you see them rapidly reassess the lot of you. And you can see it in Miranda that as of right now, you are not worth the risk.
Oh boy.
And
then they're
that's.
not getting the data then, are they? Because I'm the only one that can get it.
They do have their decker.
And I
We
have
can
control of the Deckers.
That they do not know.
Uh-huh.
But if you die, that control becomes irrelevant. So
Oh boy.
I'm gonna actually make a roll, and this will be the last action before we head into our break. Oh yeah, being an expert in reading people at this point, Kara steps between KTP and everyone else. Well, basically between all of you and this group, and armors up. For our viewers, Karas is a genetically engineered individual that can sprout crow-like wings, and when needed, his entire skin becomes made of this metallic substance. His hand become wicked claws, and his face almost becomes a helmet with like a pointy raven's beak. And thing is, most of the time he's a pacifist. This time though, we'll see. And that's where we're going to take our 10-minute break. Everyone go, stretch, relax. We'll be back in 10 with the rest of our story, and we'll see what happens. Oh, one last thing.
Give me some alcohol.
Oh, one last thing. There's an explosion. Well, it sounds like an explosion. It rocks all of you, and those of you who are standing, look down the window and see that the laboratory that's below, there's now a giant hole in the wall. Now we're going to go to a 10-minute break. See you all in just a bit.
I don't like it.
And we're back. It was KTP and Sphere's turn, and the individuals that were with them have now starting to turn their guns on them, as Pincer is a smoldering lump of meat and steel further down the hallway. The spiders seem to have retreated for a moment, though they seem still very keenly interested in Nico and are trying to approach the prone and sleeping, well, we'll call it sleeping, unconscious shaman. So what are KTP and Sphere doing?
Has everyone in the other group already explicitly turned their guns on us, or are they still in that phase of?
They are. The look on their faces is shock and anger. Miranda's look is definitely, you're dead.
Oh, God. Because Sphere would want to defuse the situation, but also does not necessarily have any way to do that because stuff. Which is to say, Sphere is not good with people.
Yeah, that's
social
usually how it goes.
ineptitude.
Yes, that's how it usually goes.
Is talking a free action?
If you're going to attempt to convince them, I would say that is I will allow you to make it as a minor action. You would still have your major action.
Just basically go, okay, that sucked, but can we not kill each other, please? Like, literally just say that.
Okay. Make a charisma and influence roll.
You know I don't have influence.
And you also have a -2 penalty that we said you would have from your glitch. And you are incredibly distracted at this moment because danger seems to have multiplied.
Let me just ask outright, is 1d6 even going to cut it?
I mean, if I will make it, since it's 1d6, I will make it a wild die.
All right.
So if you roll a 5 or a 6, it counts as 3 hits.
That's a 4. So nothing.
I mean, there's +3s to spend.
Do we still have them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought... No, right, my count is off. I thought Nico had used the last one.
Nope. We still have one more.
Then I will thank our lovely, kind, and generous, and absolutely beautiful chat, and take that last one.
There's still one left. Yeah, there were 3.
Yeah, but I thought we'd each used one by now.
Oh, you've used 2 so far.
Okay.
So, with the 3, you have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You have opened the chance. Someone else needs to close. I will tell you. About face and bit part look like they get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you straight away. That roll is not enough for Miranda and definitely not for Pincer.
No, I mean, Pincer's on fire and in bad shape, but yeah, Miranda. Hey, KTP!
So someone needs to, in terms of imagine this is a bomb. You've cracked the case and taken out some of the wires. Someone needs to finish. You've delayed the countdown. Someone needs to finish defusing this bomb.
Yeah, grab the fire extinguisher and put the dude out.
Is there a fire extinguisher around?
Out of this hallway.
Do we have a bucket of water? Is there a janitor's mop
You would
somewhere that we
need
can squeeze?
to take control of the environmentals and the actual system to be able to trigger there are... Actually, I'm going to make a roll to see if the fire extinguishing system kicked off or if it was cleared off, destroyed with the fireball.
I hate myself for saying it, but it seems more likely the fireball that size would just wreck everything.
Pretty much. You roll a resistance roll for it. Your fireball just melted. Because, again, it was a 14 points of damage fireball. That was massive. Your thing just straight up melted the sensors off. They burned out.
We said that we'd let Grifter take charge. You might want to see Pete's message in chat. because I think it's a wonderful idea.
I mean, if you, Grifter, you think that's
No.
going to work, to those watching who may not be in chat, maybe you're watching on YouTube, Grifter's player Pete has suggested, Grifter can pee on the guy. As if he was stung by what was it? A jellyfish. I mean, you can do it.
And when it totally doesn't work, don't do it.
I'm not gonna say that it's gonna work, but you can definitely do it.
It would be hilarious.
Oh look, he's causing trouble and he's not even here.
I mean, I will tell you, if there is a possibility you are in a place that where experiments are made that connects this reality with others. There is a reality in which being peed on is Pincer's kink. I am not saying for certain that it's this reality.
Why are you like this?
I'm not the one who suggested it.
There is no kink shaming here.
No, we don't. Yeah. Okay, so that was Fierce minor action. What are you doing with your major? See that they're distracted and open fire. You still have your drones that you have not used, so.
My drones can't help with the fire. Can I shoot the fire off Pincer?
Again, you can try.
I'm
I'm not gonna outright deny you, but I mean, if you can be very creative about it.
No, okay, hang on. You said the sensors for the fire extinguisher system and everything have been melted off. Can I just shoot the pipe above Pincer?
You will need to deal a significant amount of damage to breach the wall and then the pipe running through it. Straight up, I will tell you, you need to deal 5 points of damage to it. Basically, your straight roll needs to be high enough to overcome the material hardness to deal that much damage to the structure to pierce it.
Okay, that's not happening with the shotgun I've got, so. And I gave the other, the assault rifle that might have enough damage is currently on Grifter, so.
Grifter's turn has passed, yes.
Yeah. I'm not really, there's nothing I can do other than maybe attack somebody, and that's exactly the opposite of what I'm trying to do.
It's also KTP's turn. I don't want to pressure you, but we are burning moonlight.
Yeah. KTP, please fix.
So how tall is Karis compared to Pincer?
Karis is a bit smaller. So Karis is about 5'8". So let's say 160, 170, 1.6, 1.7 meters versus the 1.8 and upwards of these folk.
Okay. And how wide is Karis's wingspan?
Significant.
Okay.
More than this hallway.
Right. So I'm going to try something then. So KTP speaks to Karis. She puts her hand on his shoulder, looks him in the eyes and says, I know that you're trying to protect us, but this right now is not the time. You need to help Pincer, cover him in your wings, put the fire out, almost kind of like a fire blanket almost, smothering the oxygen.
I am going to warn you. The way this is a very, he can do it, but he will take damage. He will take the same amount of damage that Pincer would take on his turn, which is the same number of hits that Nico got on her roll, which is how much? 7?
14.
No, I mean the number of hits on the roll.
Oh, 9.
9. Karis will be exposed to 9 levels of fire damage. I want to make that very clear.
In that case, then I haven't got a clue. I don't know. The only thing.
I mean, you look at, you know, Karis, if you ask him, he will do it.
Yeah, exactly. But like, we don't know what's coming up next, and that's a chunk of damage potentially. So KTP is not armed with a gun that can do damage. It can only shock. So the only thing she can do is talk to Miranda.
That's an option. I will tell you, Karis, because he is genetically engineered, he breaks some of the rules of the game. His body is 10. In this form, when he's fully armored up, his body is 10. So there is a good chance he might soak some of that damage, but it's dice rolls. There's a good chance he might not.
Yeah.
So it is an option. I don't want to dismiss it. It is an option, but it is also a risk.
Yeah, I just don't think it's it's a risk that KTP would take just because of how much Karis means to her.
And it is up to you to diffuse the situation.
Oh god.
Yeah, okay, so
The
KTP
Myers-
turns around to Miranda and says, now is not the time for us to be falling apart. The only way we're going to get through this is a team. You need us, we need you. And then I guess I'll make a roll for that.
Yep.
So what is it? Charisma and influence?
Charisma and influence. I'm not going to give you edge on this. That wasn't the most impassionate speech in the world. It is to the
Because
point
there's,
enough.
like flames going on around us and we
Yeah,
don't exactly have much time.
It's to the point and precise. It's pure business. So let's see if you can reason.
I got
With her.
4.
4. Okay. I'm going to make a willpower and intuition roll for her. To see if she can reason her way out of this. Because right now she's a hair trigger.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put the difficulty for her to reason this because of your 4. I'm going to put it at 2. If she rolls higher than 2 hits, you have diffused the situation. At least for Miranda. If she doesn't roll higher than 2, she is gone. She's going to fight. Her willpower is 4. Her intuition is 3. So she has 7 dice to get 2 hits.
What if we donate some edge to Miranda?
Miranda takes a very careful look at you, KTP. She takes a step forward towards you. The blade clearly drawn. Kara steps up to her. She takes a look at him. Then a look past him at you. Fine. This isn't over. And I am not gonna make any promises for him if he makes it. As far as I'm concerned, and she turns to the other two, as far as we're concerned, there's still a job. Fine. Shit happens. One more shit happens though, I'm taking you all out. As for Pincer, as of right now, I am washing my hands of him and taking my hand off the leash.
Oh boy.
Pincer falls on top of Nico. She goes squish. The end.
The end, yeah.
Hmm.
That then brings us to Karis' turn, who at this moment has not armored down and is just remaining with his eyes partly on Miranda, partly on Pincer. The other two stand down. About face goes, did anyone, I know, you know, shit happens, sure, but what was that noise from the big lab where the thing came through? Because that didn't sound right, and the fucking spiders are coming back. So let's book it. Let's really book it, folks. I'm fine with let's go. I don't want to be here. And that brings us to the beginning of the next round. First up to act is Pincer. Pincer is very much on fire.
Mm-hmm.
He is terribly burning. He needs to spend his action trying to put himself out. So even if he's pissed off, he won't be able to do anything, presumably, this turn. Having said so, I mentioned that he had quadruple reflex boosters, meaning he has 5 minor actions every round. 4 of them can be turned into another major action. That leaves him with an extra minor action to move and potentially make someone's day very bad.
Oh boy.
I'm going to make his roll. He has an agility of 6 and a reaction of 6. Unfortunately for him, because his condition track is all but full, he has a -5 penalty on this roll. So he's rolling 7 dice to get 2 hits. I am not spending any edge of him. Any edge for him, so I'm gonna make the roll.
It's times like these I wish we could spend edge to disadvantage someone.
Pincer drops to the ground, duck, drop and roll to put himself out. And goes very still and continues to burn. He has taken another 9 levels of fire and managed to resist only 2 of them, which takes him well into overflow.
Yeah.
Pincer is dead.
They fucked up that bad, huh?
He had to roll 2 hits. He rolled 1.
How do you have worse luck with dice than I do, Kevin?
It happens.
Huh?
The room is very quiet. The only thing that can be heard is the chittering laughter of these strange spider-like creatures. The sound of some distant stomping further down. And the sizzling flesh of one formerly known as Pincer. To the point that the only thing left are his augmentations.
I'm not saying I'm going to swipe those augmentations, but I'm definitely considering it.
You are going to first have to carry him out.
Yeah. Let's do the job first.
Miranda looks and goes, fuck.
Well,
you've all just volunteered yourselves to be the front guard.
You know, nothing new there.
About face. Oh shit! You know what? This is not worth it. I'm gonna go. This is. I'm just gonna leave. Fuck the O'Connell dude. I'm not here for. And then he begins to bleed from his nose. He goes, whoa. Oh. Fuck was that? And you see that his eyes glaze over because, you know what? No, let's finish the job and then let's go.
This is like we've seen this before.
Yeah. You saw this on Patrick O'Connell himself.
Yeah. Not going to say anything about that. I'm just going to note that and then let it go. And Sphere's going to think about that and consider it to their advantage.
There are 3 more doors down this hall, plus offshoots to different hallways. Where do you all want to go?
To check on Nico.
Nico is on the ground. She is very unconscious, and the spiders around her are looking at her like she's really yummy.
Are the spiders small enough to just like swat a couple of them?
No. They are football sized.
Okay.
Bigger. You can kick them, but it's going to be an effort.
I'm going to run over one of them.
Cool. Let's have this make this an agility and close combat.
Yeah. Actually, wait. Let me... If I point a shotgun at it, does it move away?
No. It's 8 very human eyes just to look at you.
Okay.
Each of them blinks. Each of them blinks separately.
Okay. Gonna try to. I mean, Nico's not that heavy. Gonna try to lift Nico up and just like put her on. Sphere's gonna lift her up and try to put her on their lap.
That's fine.
And just keep the shotgun trained on the spiders, and if any of them just continues to follow, blast one of them.
Okay. That's your action then.
Yeah.
We'll come out of the initiative for now, but I'll keep the same values just to make things easier in the future.
Yep.
What are you guys going to do?
So there was one time a while ago where we were in a fight of some kind, and Nico had told KTP that if anything happened to her, that she had stim packs on her. So
Those have already been
KTP.
used.
You can, you
Yeah,
can see
that's
she's.
KTP would run over and
Yeah,
pat
you can
Nico
see
down to
she's
see if there's any
she's.
packs on her.
You can see she's nicotine patched herself already.
Yeah, when those wear off, it's going to get really nasty.
Yeah. So you have options. You can roll biotech to try to heal some of that overflow, and at least bring Nico to consciousness.
Sorry, Kevin, could you repeat that for me?
You can make a biotech roll to try to wake her up at the very least.
Yeah, let's try that.
I will say, because Nico is an overflow on stun damage, I'm gonna make the difficulty of this 2.
What am I rolling?
Logic, and either logic or agility, whichever you prefer, and biotech.
Okay, hang on. Right, okay.
And I assume first aid kits are standard part of all your kits, especially since Sphere's flight in the DeLorean.
I've got a couple of med kits with me, but is that
Perfect.
the sort of thing that you can use?
Yeah, that's definitely what you use.
Right. So what is it best to do this roll, or just to use a med kit, or are they combined?
What's the rules on the med kit?
I'm just trying to see what I've got. Hang on. It's been a while since we've needed them.
Look it up real quick.
It gives a +1 dice to healing tests.
And that's a logic and biotech, so you get an extra die.
Right, okay. So that leaves me, I'm just going to mark that down, that leaves me with 1 kit left. Okay, so roll wise, I've got 3.
Okay, so 3.
Yeah, 3.
So, fortunately for you, with your roll, you manage to heal 3 points of stun damage. So you administer a quick fix on her, even crack open the smelling salts, and you snap Nico wide open. Well, not wide open. You snap Nico awake. You've administered a mild painkiller, and Nico, you wake up, but the physical damage is still there.
Mm-hmm.
You did damage something. But Nico, you wake up and you feel like shit. And as you're also sitting, like, laying dramatically over Sphere's lap. And as your eyes strain, you see that Pincer is cooked.
Yeah, so Nico, she's laying there across, so everything's fuzzy. She kind of finally blinks and focuses on Sphere, reaches up a hand, pats Sphere on the cheek, and she goes, "I like your tusks." Rolls her head over, sees Pincer, and goes, "Oops. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that."
That's all right. It's well done.
Here's a question, though. Did Nico really not mean to do that?
She did not mean to harm Pincer. I think for Nico, all she saw were the spiders, and it was a rapid calculation of how big this thing was going to be. And it was, she threw the fireball.
Okay. So you're awake, but you know those stim packs are rapidly gonna lose their effects, and this is gonna suck.
Yep. She's like, she looks up at Sphere, she goes, when these come, when the patches get done, I'm gonna pass out again. Not gonna be pretty.
It's all right. I got wheels.
Because what will happen is she's going to take 4 points of stun damage, and that's going to carry over, and she'll end up with filling her stun track and taking another point of physical damage.
Yeah. So this is where we're gonna ask: does your heal spell cure stun?
Let me see.
Actually, no. You're screwed because your damage was already healed by first aid. So the rest of the damage has to be healed naturally.
Oh, I thought it was only with healing. Using the heal spell, you could only use it once. Is it just you can only heal one way and that's
I
it?
think so. Let me check.
I think that's how I read it as well. Like, you get one chance to heal artificially, and then the rest has to progress.
Okay, that's fine.
No, both can be done.
Both can be done.
Both can be done, but they each can only be done once.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, heal the heal spell does heal stun, physical, or overflow per net hit.
I mean, you're
Yeah, so
gonna. I would suggest you still have time that you move to an area where those spiders are not there,
Yeah,
because otherwise that drain is gonna suck.
yeah. If she misses that drain, she's going to be hurting even worse.
Yeah.
And so
You're
I
in
think
this in this very open hallway, and those things are coming, and you see them begin to crawl through that open, cracked window.
So yeah, so she doesn't say anything. She does that magical math calculation, and just she kind of starts to tense, and then just relaxes and just lays there in Sphere's arms on their lap.
Okay. Miranda says we need to move. Bed part. Where's the contact? Should be in front. One of the labs near here. I think it's second door to the right. I think we should go. Are you following? Miranda turns to you.
Yeah.
Let's go then. She just goes forward, just slicing whatever spiders she can. It's useless. The moment she cuts one in two spiders appear, and they all have their eyes on the tastiest source of mana. But you manage to open the lab, the door, and close it behind you. This lab is fairly sparse. It's more like a chemistry lab. Though you do see one of the spiders in almost like an autopsy tray. It's still twitching, but it's been opened up surgically, and you get the gist. It's been vivisected.
Is there anything I'd be able to tell from that with my biotech skill?
Make a roll. Logic and biotech.
Yeah. All right, and you got 2 hits there.
You look at the spiders. The organs in this spider have no correlation to organs found on an organism from this world. It's a swirling mush, really. But it seems to shift as you kind of look over it, kind of moves. With the notes that you have on hand that are some penned, some digital, what you get is that these things can feed directly on energy. And it can also convert basically biomatter, blood, flesh, bone, whatever they devour, into energy. And that's how they keep going. They're also attracted to sources of energy.
Right.
What you see in a note has made containment fairly difficult, but fortunately They're just very small, and nothing bigger has come through that gateway. Fortunately. A door opens at the back, and you see a very ratty looking, like thick, like Coke bottle glasses, like lab tech goes. Are you the fucking guys? Are you the fucking guys? Who the fuck is Miranda? My fucking deal is with fucking Miranda. Who's Miranda?
We're all Miranda.
You really
I'm
say
shitting,
that?
it's her.
Miranda says, I'm Miranda. Do you have the stuff? Yeah, I got all the fucking stuff. And as you suggested, I turned off all the containment on the labs. Cause as much chaos as we like. I'm happy. I want to leave this fucking place. I hate this fucking cult. This fucking company is a fucking cult. I want to get the fuck out of here, okay? Do you fucking understand me?
Yeah, you're pretty clear.
I got you the map. I got the fucking map. There's directions to get to the fucking server room. After that, I'm fucking done. Okay, clear? Am I fucking done? Do you have my fucking money?
Can you help us with the spiders?
No, fuck that. I'm clearing out the fucking spiders. That's not even the worst fucking thing in this fucking building. No. Fuck that. Fuck no. No. Miranda approaches him, takes the things, shoots him in the head.
I was about to say, I don't feel good for this dude's future.
Well, that's done.
Yeah.
And like nothing happened, she turns to KTP and gives you the directions. Let's go.
No, wait. You did this. You arranged for these spiders to be let loose.
Yep.
And you thought that was a good idea.
Chaos means no security. No one cares about us. They care about the soft little targets 10 floors below.
And chaos also means that people fucking die.
If they die fighting spiders, big whoop.
Hey,
If you take out my team, that's another thing entirely.
KTP's pissed.
I guess so.
Because, like this could have all been managed in a totally different way. And she's debating now whether to fuck off, basically. And so, like, screw this job, whatever. Because, Nico's hurt. Vince is dead. We're surrounded by spiders.
There are no
Buildings falling apart.
To be clear, in this lab, there are no spiders except the one being vivisected. You can see they are piling on the door, but cannot come in.
And we've got to get back out to get out.
Yeah, but the spiders haven't done anything to anyone who's actually alive yet.
Yet.
Yes.
But if they feed on energy,
We got
So
this.
toss Nico out the door as a distraction.
I think KTP is also worried, like what energy actually kind of classifies as is as well, because the whole technomancer thing is still quite new to her, so she doesn't know what that is. Is that a form of energy? So
No, wasn't it the other way around? They feed on biomass and convert it to energy?
Both.
Oh, okay. It's...
So to her, like to KTP, this situation is like hopeless. Like even if they manage to get the files, Miranda's basically going to off them all. And if she don't, they've got to get through the spiders to get out. So she's kind of weighing up the benefits of actually being here and doing this.
Nico, where is the server room? What's it on the map?
3 floors down. In the actual server level, the entire level is the server room.
So
Below that is the main administration system. So where you control environmentals, doors, alarms, etc.
If Nico has this information that the server room is actually three floors down, she just look at KTV. She goes, "We have to get to the elevator," and that's it. We bypass it on our way back. That's all we have to do.
The lift that gets you there is not the same one you came in.
Okay.
It's one that actually is through the opposite end of this lab, down another hallway. And that one actually does go up and down the entire facility.
Yeah, so
Spiders are out there.
KTP. Sorry, go on, Kat.
She's like, Nico's just kind of like, the spiders are out there, elevators that way. Let's just go to the server room, get the stuff, get on the elevator, go.
KTP walks over to Bitpot and says, when we were upstairs, I asked you what your assessment of the situation was. What's your assessment now?
Fubar.
So why
Yeah,
are you
sounds
still
about right.
here?
Got a job to do.
Well,
I-
you
I
didn't
don't
think
know. I don't know
that's
how it works in your little world, but as I'm a Shadowrunner, I get a gig, I carry it out. There's always risk.
Yeah, because that little situation that you kind of found yourself in outside, yeah, you really seemed like you wanted to finish the job back there. It was you saying,
No,
"Fuck
that was
this, let's get out."
that was about face. The face.
That face.
Oh.
Yeah, about face is like, yeah, I want to get out, but I mean, we're already here. Let's just finish the fucking job.
Sphere's gonna roll over, go to come ask KTP to lean down a moment.
Okay.
And just very quietly say, I don't think they have much of a choice.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I think if we make that clear to them, it might be beneficial to us.
That once I'm in the Matrix, I'm not aware of what's going on out here. If it's a benefit, make sure you use it.
Yeah, I've got two ways I can think of making sure they are interested in our continued survival. One is that bit of information, and one is the fact that I have a particular recording still available to me.
All right, so KTP kind of nods at Sphere, kind of just between those two. And then goes, "We're doing this or what?" Like to the group.
Oh, we've been waiting for you, so let's go then.
Let's fucking do it.
You walk out, and it's a clear hallway. And I say clear because there are people in the hallway. They're just not among us anymore. Much like the ones you found before or killed along the way, not a single drop of blood on them. You get to the lift, you pile in, and you put in the floor. I'm gonna ask you, all of you who are there, to make a intuition and perception check, difficulty 4. And Nico, your overflow, your levels of stun damage do count as penalties here.
I'm gonna take 2 edge for rerolls because I have 3 and I want 1 more.
Grifter got a 2.
Quick question: does either sight or hearing involve in this?
Hearing.
Hearing, and does combat or danger sense apply?
Not danger sense at the moment. I mean, your danger sense is going wild.
Okay.
Just being here, but not relevant to this.
KTP got a 5.
Oh, wonderful. Okay,
4 for me after the rerolls.
perfect.
All right, hang on 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Perception and
intuition.
Sorry.
Yes.
intuition. Okay. Sorry, I get bonuses and different things for this, so I'm trying to figure out what I've got. Okay. So that, but I get a bonus edge. I can use my edge still, correct? I can still use an
Of
edge.
course.
Okay, so I've got my bonus edge, so I'll use that for a reroll. Let's see, guys, so. Three hits.
3 hits. There are 2 rerolls if you wish. Unless you wish to save them for something else.
I think it suits Nika to not be that aware that she did
I-
really, really well for where she's at.
We're not going to
Or
be going too
the
much
other-
longer, are we? You might as well use it.
I mean, there's still about half an hour to go. So with those rolls, as you're going down, you push the button towards the server level. Miranda pushes the button for the administrative level, where that central control system is. And she leans in towards Bitpart, and very, very quietly, Nico, you don't hear it. Grifter doesn't perceive it either. KTP is really ticked off. And like, I'm guessing KTP's keeping an eye on Miranda. And Sphere and KTP have both kind of, prevented an all-out conflict. So keeping a good eye and ear. And you hear Miranda clearly say to Bitpart, go to the administrative level. When I give you the signal, I'll overload the generators. Ding.
I'm gonna
Welcome to the
leave-
administrative level.
I was gonna say I'd like to leave one of my drones that has a camera behind on the level we were just in, just overlooking the hallway, just to make sure we have eyes there if I need to.
On this level, Bitpart just steps off and starts walking down the hall towards the main control system. Miranda goes, about face. Go with him. Keep an eye out. Open doors for us. Anything you can do. We'll go back. I'll follow them to the server.
So what KTP is going to do is kind of open the comms on 8-bits, no, bit parts. See, I was doing it now. Bit parts device, like again, like not kind of letting it be known, but just so they can listen in, like she can listen in to the conversation.
Okay. No conversation so far. And he goes down the hall, and because you have control over the device, you can see he's already enabling some programs, preempting things to hook up to the control system to try to take over the system and start doing whatever he needs to do. The lift doors close. Ding. Server level. Here. Your camera picks up the door to the lab opening. And at first you see nothing, and then you realize why you don't see it. You see a shadow moving across the floor, and the shadow just has eyes and mouth crawling around across the floor.
How large is it?
It's just like let's call it a 2-meter shadow, like lengthwise, about a foot wide, like 30 centimeters, and just moving along the floor. The eyes looking everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to keep that info for when we need it.
You arrive at the server level, and it is a gigantic server room. You can hear the different servers spinning, and you hear the groan of machinery. It's also freezing fucking cold, but it is empty. Completely empty. Miranda goes, cool, well, here we are. Let's grab our shit and let's get out.
Our Technomancer has stepped away.
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry. Let's wait a moment for Kim to return. In the meantime, as you all get ready for KDP to do this thing and for you to, finish this job and go, the wall on the opposite end of the room explodes inward. And a creature that is about as tall as the room, walking on 8 bony legs with a giant chitinous, almost like crab-like body, walks in from where the eyes of the crab would be. A large torso emerges with 2 arms that end in sides. Its face is just a mass of eyes and a giant gaping mouth. And it is looking at the entire room with a lot of interest, because there's a lot of energy here. And then it turns its gaze towards you, who are looking quite yummy.
Oh.
So this is how it's going to work.
Oh no.
KTP will need to do her thing in the Matrix. You have to keep this thing distracted or kill it for as long as KTP needs to fulfill her task.
Is there anyone who can help out KTP in this?
No one that has the skills she needs.
Well, shit.
At least, not that you know of.
Nico in her day state just goes, oh, that's new nightmare fuel.
Sorry, folks, give us just a moment for KTP to return.
Yeah, I'm
I
back.
think she's-
I'm here.
There we go. So, Kim, did you hear that? You'll have to go into the Matrix and do your thing.
Yeah.
While everyone else outside is dealing with this beauty. And Megan, if you're watching, you definitely know I need a drawing of this for posterity.
Are we keeping some initiative or re-rolling?
If you want to re-roll, you can, or we can keep it.
I'll keep mine.
Yeah, it's fine.
KTP, you are going into the Matrix and hugging right into this server. You have direct access, so no need to roll against host. You just go in straight up. Though all your actions are considered illegal unless you can somehow find a password and become a real admin.
Mm.
But since you are in the Matrix and I'm guessing, are you staying VR? Are you going VR or augmented reality?
Fuck it, let's go VR.
You go VR, then please add another 3d6 to your initiative.
Okay. So that'd take me up to 10 then.
And three dice. Just roll the three dice and add them up.
Sorry. That's 5.
5. That your initiative becomes 12. That brings us to the first one to act. Is gonna be Grifter, followed by Miranda. Miranda, just so I can describe her action, looks at KTP and says, start doing the work. We'll keep this thing distracted. And she just pushes forward and extends the blades in her arm and goes to attack the thing.
Ooh, another one with arm blades.
She rushes forward, jumping over a few desks, clambering on a server. It's just jumping to slash on this creature, and her blades bounce off the shell. Also, she rolled like crap. Got one hit, and not gonna be enough. It is Grifter's turn. For this, because KTP is going to be focused on the Matrix stuff, Sphere, if you can roll for Grifter.
Yeah.
What are the values for Grifter's agility and firearms?
So that's a total of 16.
There you go.
Right, hang on. Let me get up my extra dice. Been a while since I've had to get the whole set.
In the meantime, Nico, you are on deck. What is your move?
Nico has nothing left to lose, so she's going to be casting a spell.
Dangerous.
So
That's dangerous.
Yep.
I'm going to assume that Grifter is basically, once again, just dual wielding shit, because that's Grifter.
I mean, I would assume so.
All right, let's count these. That's not. You know, how much edge does Grifter have?
Hang on, let me check. 4.
How do you feel about rerolls?
Wait, you're taking charge of Grifter. Do what you got to do.
I mean, there are rerolls available from channel points.
Yeah, I'm thinking partly also about exploding. This is not the time for exploding dice. I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna say outright, out of 16 dice, I got 5 hits. So
I mean, I still need to roll the defense for this thing.
yeah, I'm back to my normal ratio. I'm gonna take 1 reroll and just see if I can add another. That's another. So 6 hits.
6 hits. Okay. I'm gonna roll the defense for this thing. Okay, that's 3 hits. Which in this case is not so much defense, just more, putting a plated thing in the way.
Yeah.
The damage is going to be 3 plus the 5 of the weapon, plus another 2 from the dual gunning. So a total of 10 levels of damage. I will roll the body for this thing.
I assume it's got a pretty good one.
Yeah, it does. So it takes 4 levels of damage. You've gunfire and it pierces its body several places. It goes, "Rah!" and
The body pierce-
now is focused entirely on Grifter.
Yeah, so when you say pierces the body, so that
The bullets
shell
the
is-
bullets pierce the upper torso.
Okay. Is there any blood?
No.
Okay. Good
So
to know.
you don't see anything, but at the foot of the creature, you hear sizzling on the ground, like
Oh, great acid.
That's invisible acid even.
that. Then is KDP. You go into the Matrix. You find yourself in a Western town, like saloon, barber, bank, sheriff's office, some houses, and the main thoroughfare with a lonely little bit of thing rolling.
All right. Let's just do a scan then, see what we can see. So,
Nico, start rolling for your spell. Just to
I've already done so. Just let me know when you want the results.
hit me.
that's a 5.
With the 5, you sense that each of these buildings corresponds to something else. Bank, financial records, sheriff's office, security data, security forces, security systems, upgrades, passwords. The bank is definitely the bank, again, financial data. You know that that one of the buildings at the back, the mayor's office, or like the government building, that's where you'll find the project data. Same with the local medic. There are different kinds of research.
Right. Right. So I guess we will head over to the sheriff's office to start off with then.
As you walk towards the sheriff's office, the door opens.
Of course.
And a cowboy, full-on cowboy, with like the full bandana, the bandolier, packing 2 6 shooters, just steps forward. You hear the spurs as he hits the ground. Says, "Welcome. What can I do for you in my lovely town?"
Just here for a visit.
Really, I ain't seen you before, and I know all the birds flying in this place. You ain't one of them. Because, for the record, KTP's avatar now is a bird.
Doesn't mean that I can't fly in for a quick visit though, does it? Does it?
That's fair enough, but things seem to be a bit dangerous out there, so what can I help you with? While you think that, Nico.
Okay, so this I'm using clout, so that's react versus reaction plus willpower. I had a net total of 7 hits for a total damage of 12.
I'm going to spend
Or
one.
I had 7 hits, so
I'm
reaction
going to
plus
spend 2
willpower.
edge for this creature.
Okay.
I have 9 hits.
Okay, so that negates. Does that negate all of the hits?
So it surpasses your hits. So yeah.
Okay, so she starts to pull up this ball of air, and it just dissipates.
If it had hair, it would have been a wonderful Pantene moment. Like, hair in the wind.
Is my drain value still doubled?
No.
Okay.
You notice you for a moment you think you're worried, but you're certain that if you were close to this creature, definitely. But because there's still some distance between you, no.
All right. So I took 2 more hits of stun damage. I have 1 box available left on stun. So she's really close to passing back out again.
Okay.
And Hawkeye, thank you so much for the dice boost because that helped.
Did you use that +2?
I used that I used the +2 dice boost on the spell roll, which
Okay.
I mean it didn't help.
Just wanted to know
Yep, it's gone.
pay it up.
I've
Okay.
been tracking it.
Cool. Then KTB.
Okay, so she's going to ask the sheriff what the time is, and paying attention to kind of where he looks.
And he doesn't shift his gaze from you and says, the time right now is about 7:32 p.m. British summertime. KTB, make it a logic and electronics roll.
Okay.
Sorry, intuition and electronics.
I'm just so.
6.
6. You see the resonance around him. This is a technomancer. This is not a program.
Okay. So would there be a way for her to kind of send a ping from Bitpart's device or something to see if there's any reaction to the sheriff in the Matrix?
Sure. So I'm going to guess your intent is to see if Bitpart is the sheriff?
Yeah.
No reaction.
Okay.
And it's a minor ping, so Bitpart is too focused on his work to even notice it.
Right.
Sorry, Miss Little Bird, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave because I'm fairly certain you're not authorized. Obviously, with your role, you also know he has to be in the building.
Yeah.
Ah, God. See, at first I was worried you'd activated Clippy. This is better.
Right, so she's gonna quickly send a message back to the team, but her team, not Miranda and the others, just saying like there's another technomancer in the building. It like nothing to do with Bitpart.
Those of you outside, I need one intuition and perception check, please.
Forgot I haven't to be rolling that for Grifter.
Two.
Nico, because you're very close, and Sphere, without a result, you also hear it. You hear it's soft, but you hear it. A message that gets to Miranda, and it's from Bitpart, says, "I'm in position." From your point of view, KDP, you get that message. I'm in position, and I mean, from what you had, he's been working on that system. He's been breaking in.
What system? The generator.
The entire administrative control for this building. That's locks, environmentals, generators, power, oxygen if he wants to.
Okay. Can KTP do a judge intentions on bit part?
Sure. That is an intuition and perception check.
For a moment there, I was looking at Pete's sheet rather than mine and thinking that.
In the
can't be
meantime,
myself.
I am going to, once you finish that roll, please I need to roll Grifter's reaction and intuition.
That's 5 hits for KTP. Three for Grifter.
Now please roll Grifter's body.
Only one.
Grifter takes 6 points of physical damage.
Okay.
This thing rears back, moves one of the like scythe-like arms, extends, and it shoots forward and slashes Grifter just over the shoulder. There's a gush of blood, and it retracts, and you see the blood that is on the blade gets absorbed into the creature. With your read intent, is it on bit part or the sheriff?
On bit part.
What do you want to know?
Trying to figure out what his ultimate aim is. Like why they would want to. Well, that Miranda said about bringing the generator or overloading the generator. Like what is there?
Knowing from tech and from the way they've behaved, this overloading the generators will kill everybody in this building. This building will go up in its entirety.
Okay.
So, from what you know, 7,000 people-ish will die.
Right. All right. Fuck it then. KTP's gonna turn into the sheriff saying, I'm here to warn you.
Warn me about what?
Someone's trying to overload your system. They're gonna take everything down. They're gonna hurt everyone.
You're gonna have to explain that one. Guys, excuse me for saying, but you're illegally in my system.
And I also don't want to see 7,000 people get killed.
Make a charisma and influence roll, and we're gonna give you 2 edge.
Okay.
Because you've hit a strong point. You've given him an amount of people that he would recognize as, more or less the population of this.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of you have any knowledge on corporations?
I do.
Cool. I'm just gonna won't even make you roll. As you're telling him this, and you think about the people, the term Arcolab kind of hits you. It's a combination of arcology and laboratory. Arcology are standalone, self-sufficient corporate colonies. They're usually like a building complex or just, an entire corporate area. It is closed off and it is self-sufficient. The 7,000 people in this building aren't just employees. It's their families too.
Right.
Whatever shit they might be up to in this lab, there's a whole lot of people in here that don't deserve to die.
Okay. I got 3 hits on the charisma and influence.
You just gonna say there's still a +3 left. And those 2 edges, if you wanted to use it for something. If you haven't used them.
Now seems like a good time.
Yeah, I might take one of the +3s.
There's only 1 left.
I'll turn a 3 into a 6.
Okay.
So that's 4 hits.
4 hits. That is enough. And he goes, what's going on? And you see that he drops the cowboy axe, and the cowboy shtick is gone. Says, what's going on?
Right, I'm going to level with you.
I've been hearing some rumbling, but everything's going haywire. I'm trying to keep everything from falling apart. I've lost communications with my dad, with my brother, and my wife. So tell me, what the fuck is going on?
Look, I came here because I need a file, and that file is going to save someone that we love. In doing this, we came across some people that want to take your system down. They're planning to do everything they can, take over the systems, overload the generator, cut the oxygen. They're going to kill everyone in this building. You can help me get that file. I can save my loved one. I'm trying to help you save yours.
What file do you need?
Now you're asking.
We tell them the file. She just tells them.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically, you know everything related to the dimensional research. He extends a hand back towards the government building, and like a sheriff's deputy star appears on his hand, and he flicks it towards you. So there's your file.
So what she's going to do now is hand over control of Bitpart's device to this sheriff.
Make a roll for him, and I'm gonna spend spend his edge.
Fucking brilliant. Well done.
Nice.
I'm glad I took that over last game now.
Yeah.
And those all explode.
Oh my
that
god.
explodes
yes.
again.
So while this is happening, KTP is going to send a message back to the group again, just saying, watch out, highly likely that Bitpart's going to go down. Like, she's just warning them that shit's going to get real.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, do you ask for the file that Miranda wanted?
Yes.
He hands it over to you. There's two files. One on using the breaches as a source of energy. But that one is mostly theoretical. The other file is more Magitech related, and it's about, and Nico, you'll love this, it's about draining other people of their bioenergy and powering yourself up with it.
Okay.
It's essentially mana life force vampirism. And it's the entire research and the spells.
That seems like information we don't want people to have.
It is, from the description and the testing, this shit is down. This would be a dark side of the force kind of power. It is, the photo images that accompany the file are downright vile. Because people shrivel from the inside.
Okay.
That's the file. It says, I don't know what the fuck you want with that file, but I need to go. I have control over the device. Wait a moment. Gotcha. And he just literally just raises his gun and shoots up. Bitpart has just taken 17 points of biofeedback damage.
Ouch.
He is dead. There is no reality in which he can survive that damage. Especially because it's coming from his own deck. So,
mean-
brilliant move, KTP, on giving this person access to that and convincing them to play by your side. Just, okay, problem solved. I need to get
Okay.
I need to get people out of here.
I'm going to take a massive chance now, and I really hope the group don't kill me for this later on if it goes wrong.
Okay.
So she's going to say to the sheriff, like, look, to prove that I did this in good faith, I'm going to jack out now, but I'm not going to erase my signature. You want to come and find me later and talk? Let's talk. And she jacks out, knowing that she's going to take feedback damage.
As he actually reads your signature, and says, "Huh, I remember you as a cat," and then you jack out.
Wow.
Oh, good golly.
You come to your senses. You need to roll your body for that because you jacked out forcibly there.
Yeah.
You need to roll for that dump shock. It is again Miranda's.
Just a one.
Okay, you take 2 points.
I'll just point out as well that I've still got 2 damage from the last game. So
That's
I'm
4
now
then.
at 4.
Yeah. Miranda's gonna make her attack.
Against. Oh, right, the creature problem.
Creature will roll. And the creature straight up, like almost like looking at her straight, blocks her attack with its like scythe-like appendage. It just cling.
Okay.
KTP wakes up. I'm just going to ask you, with KTP awake, are you bugging out?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking. So that the only ones left of the other team are About Face and Miranda.
Yeah.
Is that
Miranda's,
right?
Yep, and Miranda's the only one in the room with us right now. And
Yeah. Does she? I'm assuming that the weapon she has is Wi-Fi enabled.
No, her weapons are built-in blades and
yeah.
such.
Okay, right. That's not going to help then. All right. Okay, so as KTP is coming out, she fires off another message to the group. I know that she's in the same room as them, but she obviously doesn't want Miranda
Of
or
course.
anyone else to hear. So she says, "Got the files. We need to get out of here, like now, and now in capital letters."
Okay, you decide to book it. Karis picks up Nico, potato sacks her over his shoulder, signs "I'm sorry" to you, Sphere, grabs the back of your chair and pushes forward.
Oh, God. Wait. Okay, is About Face anywhere near me?
No. About Face went with Bitpart.
Fuck. Do I have time to very quickly do basic bit of programming?
Or what do you want to do?
I want to take one of my small drones and set it on autopilot. Do we know where Bitpart and About Face are?
The floor above you.
Okay. I'm
I've
gonna
got their comms open, if that can help us guide the drone to it in any way.
You can see that he's coming down to your level.
Okay. Are we gonna run into him on the way?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then I'm fine. Then I won't have to do this. As soon as we run into him, I need to grab him
Okay. You all begin to run. Miranda, I will see if Miranda notices that you're backing out. I'm going to make it it's a difficulty 2 roll. Yeah, she makes it. She sees everyone pulling back. She backs up and starts running with you, with a creature in pursuit. But I will make a roll for it to see if the delicious energy present in this room is more valuable to it.
Mm-hmm.
It failed miserably. It's coming after you. You run down the hallway with this thing barreling behind you, being stopped just by the reinforced walls. Just punching it. You see the thing cracking just with the massive weight and momentum this thing carries. You're rushing forward and the door is open. Ding! Server level. And About Face comes in, freaking out. Just looking wild. I need all of you to make a perception and intuition check for me.
Okay.
Four.
1 for Grifter.
You approach, you get up to him and Miranda catches up and gets like closer to him than you are and goes, "Where's Bedpart? What happened?" And he's like, "I don't know, something, he's fried, he's fucked, he's dead." And he goes, "What?" And then she goes quiet and just turns towards you. And that's when you notice something. About Face's shadow is darker than all of your shadows. And you see an eye and a mouth open in that shadow, and it begins to expand a bit. What do you want to do?
Okay. Does
Kiss myself and pass out.
That's an option.
Does anyone have anything electronic that they're willing to sacrifice?
No.
What is your plan?
I'm just thinking if we can have something that
I have a plan.
Oh, go, yeah, go, Kat.
Nico can. She has a spell that throws pure mana. If she can shove mana down its throat, distract it so that we can get out. Give it what it wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be an idea.
Yeah.
Try it.
So your plan is to try to save About Face.
No, the plan is to try to save ourselves. I don't care about face.
This thing is right this moment like posing as About Face's shadow.
Yep.
And slowly expanding just a bit. Right now, it's just encompassing About Face, and it's you, About Face, then Miranda, and then the rest of you.
But I do want to keep About Face alive because that's the last of the group that Sphere has a connection to, and
All right. Well, if that's, I mean, if Sphere will relays that somehow so that Nico knows, she'll throw the mana bolt.
Yeah, it was just like, a tap on the arm, just like, I want him.
Okay. 7. I'm doing math to figure out how many dice I'm rolling here.
I'm not gonna. I'm putting up the difficulty straight up of this thing. Its resistance is. We're gonna make it a fixed value. Otherwise, it's gonna be a whole lot of dice. I'm gonna make it 4.
Okay. So this is a direct.
Actually,
combat.
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah. It's essentially its resistance roll.
All right. I've got 2 edge left. I'm going to use those two to do 2 rerolls.
Have we got any boosts left or anything like that?
There is a reroll left.
I can
So
also
there's-
donate 1 edge.
Yeah, take it if you need it, Kat.
I'll take the reroll.
I already said you can, Pete.
Nope, doesn't happen.
That's another. There's another reroll from Pete.
Yeah, do it. Take it if you need it, Kat.
All right.
And like I said, I'm donating an edge, so
Yeah, I've got edge 2 if you need it.
Before you roll, if you want to spend those edge to do something much more impactful,
Find edge stuff here. real quick.
there's always the good old explodies.
Yeah, if I've got, so I haven't burned those 2 edge to do the
Okay.
rerolls. So if I can get a total of 2 more edge, that'll give me 4.
I
so
think
can
that
explode.
both Sphere
Yeah.
and KTP gave them to you.
Yeah, yeah. Go for
All
it.
right.
So go for
that's
it.
what I'm gonna do. So that was that plus this. Okay. I have 2 exploding 6s. That's another exploding 6 of 5. That is 7 hits altogether.
7 hits altogether. You hit this thing straight up in the shadow, and it flinches and moves away and begins to climb up the wall. And now you all see it. It is a black mass moving like tar up the wall, and it is just a bunch of eyes and mouths.
So that was pure mana that she fed it, by the way.
Yeah.
And I need to roll for my drain.
It didn't seem to like it because it was more a directed effect.
I glitched on my drain.
You go conscious immediately.
Yep. Knee goes down, and that's overflow.
How
into
many-
Physical.
How much physical are you under?
Okay. So I glitched that would. It's 4 drain total. So that would fill her stun track and move into 3 physical. So she's got 4 physical damage, and her stun track is full.
Okay, add another 2 physical.
Okay. She only has 4 physical left. She
And
does not look good.
and you're gonna go into overflow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't take more damage.
Yep.
Okay. Nico goes immediately unconscious. And you see this thing. You have an opportunity to run now before it catches up. I won't lie. I positioned Miranda where I positioned her because I kind of wanted you to push her into it.
Also fair.
Anything if we like, don't get me wrong, I was tempted to suggest it, but I don't know, like that's Grifter's only connection to
Yeah, it's true.
the orphanage, so the same as like
Because
Sphere wanted
because
to-
we have Grifter here in the chat, I will ask, at the end of this job, does Grifter want to keep Miranda alive or pop her?
Ooh, I can't wait for that answer. In the meantime, Cheers.
We have a response. It is off the bitch.
okay. That's,
Yeah, you
that's-
can't say that we
It's
didn't
great
give you
that it's
option.
great that Grifter's the sentimental sort.
I know.
Such a
That's
romantic.
such a, I was gonna say
You
what a
did step him
heartfelt. Yeah.
That's foreplay in the Grifter world.
Ew. That was an image I didn't need.
You get on. Just going to ask for a, not from you, Sphere, because Karas is doing the heavy lifting in your case. Not from you, Nico, because Karas is doing the heavy lifting in your case. From KTP and Grifter, and from Karas, and agility and athletics.
Before we
The
move
difficulty
anywhere,
is
though,
3.
as far as it goes, and Sphere is going to try to communicate this to Karis as well. At least in passing, wants to stop by with about face. On whatever small, phone screen, tablet, whatever, is going to show just 5 frames, let's say, from the video of the previous group being massacred, where you can very clearly see about face dying,
Being erased.
Yeah, essentially, and just show that and go. If you want answers, let me knock you out.
Let me knock you out.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, that explains it. Yeah, I'll go with you. And you see that his hand, as he's talking to you, his eyes glaze over and his hand reaches for a gun.
Oh, God. I have shock gloves. Can I just...
Make a roll. I will say, we'll just do this. Make a post-initiative roll.
Okay.
1d6 plus your initiative value. His is 5.
I've rolled a 9 total.
He needs to roll a 4 or a 3 or lower. I'm just going to tell you straight. This is a kill switch on his programming.
Yeah, no, I figured as much.
If he succeeds, he's going to kill himself before you can do anything. If you succeed, he will. You will be able to knock him out. Just one
I
die.
figured this was a risk.
You reach forward with your gloves, but you react too late, and about face is no more.
Okay.
Miranda looks at it, and you don't need to roll. She is unnerved by that. She did not see that one coming. Meaning, immediately you know she didn't know anything about this. But
anyway, we can take the body with us.
You can, yeah, of course.
This is going to be gross, but can I just drape the body across my chair and have Karis keep pushing?
Sure, I'll allow it. I mean, I was already going to... Here's the thing. The role was for all of you to reach the lift safely.
Mm-hmm.
As you come out of the lab towards the lift that will take you out of this building, there are no more spiders. But there is this slight black oily substance, which I will tell you straight up, the mass that's been following you is the coalesced form of all those spiders. It is just an angry shadow. Hungry shadow as well. It follows you. Karis failed. I'm going to allow him to succeed at a cost. If you want to take About Face's body with you, that cost is going to be greater.
I hate everything about this. And I need to make a decision quick because time.
And we've gone way over time.
On way over time. I'm going to be dead at work tomorrow, but it's going to be worth it. I'm going to point at Miranda, point at the corpse, and go, bring that.
She will not.
It was worth a try.
She straight up will not. She is too. You can tell her she's too unnerved by the sudden suicide. So the phrase, "Grab the dead body and bring it with you," that's not going to fly with her.
That was worth a shot.
And for you to persuade her with a roll would be too difficult. For even Sphere to roll. Too much shit has happened in the past few minutes. Bit part is dead. About face killed himself. There is a dangerous mass of eyes and mouths following you. Yeah. She has one thing in her mind, it's get out. You get onto the lift, and the shadow follows and snatches Karaz's foot. So he shoves the chair into the lift and throws Nico inside. And the lift closes. It begins to go up. You reach the lobby. Ding. You all get out, and Miranda's going, okay, can someone explain to me what the fuck happened?
I watched that man die before. I showed him die, or I showed him his old death.
Mean he died before? What the fuck are you talking about?
Promise not to kill us. I'll show you.
Lift goes down. And after a few minutes, it returns up. Ding. What do you all do?
Run! Or roll, in my case.
The lift opens and Kara stumbles out. He is covered in blood head to toe. And there are bites on him all over. Karas is in full overflow.
Nico actually is as well.
We
She
will
takes one more box of damage.
we
She's
will
down.
solve the situation next time.
Yeah! Pete can solve it for us.
And she still has 2 stun patches they're going to give out.
So this is going to be the end of our session. For this wonderful session, I'm going to give my party a full 10 karma to spend on whatever they want to spend it on. Maybe some charisma at some point. But yeah, thank you all for joining us for this, frankly, longer than usual game. But we went through the entire mission, and it was eventful. I did not see the fireball coming, and you all didn't kill Miranda. How wonderful of you. We'll see. There's still a chance for her to die next time. We'll be back next week, and then we'll be off on the 28th. So, again, thank you everyone for coming. Before we go, we'll go around the room, and everyone can introduce themselves and who we're playing and where you can find them in dark corners of the Matrix. So, in the ether of the Matrix, Kim.
Yeah, sorry for the no camera. Hopefully we'll get that sorted soon.
We blame Pete, don't worry.
Yeah, he's not here. We can blame him. So I'm Kim. I played KTP, the Technomancer, who the hell knows what's going to happen next time. I don't think any of us expected this to happen this time, so we shall see.
Okay, Diane.
I'm not muted. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Diane. I continue to play Sphere, and I guess occasionally I dip into the mind of Grifter, which is a scary place to be. You can find me here because I enjoy playing with these people. And you can find me on my own channel on Sundays playing Brinkwood, which is interesting. We've just assassinated a vampire lord by exploding things. So that was fun.
Approve.
That certainly isn't going to, have major repercussions on the world or the rebellion or anything. No, not at all.
Can I ask, was it a 50-foot or a 50-meter explosion?
Good night, Kevin. No, yeah, that's basically it. I will also be setting up for September horror games, but that's not 100% yet. And also look out for a ever since it was released, I've been meaning to play through it and haven't had the time. I want to do a marathon session of the Bloodborne PSX game, which, if you haven't heard, is a fan-made remake of Bloodborne of the first act in essentially PS1 era.
It looks
style.
like Nightmare Creatures.
It's amazing. It's wonderful, and there may be a chance to have a chat with Lilith, who made it beforehand. So stay tuned for that.
Last but not least, our comatose shaman.
Hi, I'm Kat. I play Nico, the human shaman, who is street shaman, who is well, let's just say I'm going to be talking to Kevin about I might have to roll up a new character, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Who knows?
It has been an eventful, and I did warn at the beginning of this season, the kiddie wheels are off.
Yep. And as far as Nico is concerned, if KTP and Sphere and Grifter and Karis make it out, worth it, because they're helping Lawrence. So
Karis is a question mark, but we'll find out.
Karis needs some desperate healing. Because he's also bleeding out, which is not a good place to be.
No.
I have an idea about this, but I will type that in afterwards.
Okay. Well, with that, then, did you finish saying what you were going to say, Nico? Kat?
No. We'll see you next week.
Okay. You can find our Cleric of Court. I think that was the missing bit.
Yep. Yeah.
That we're going to be back next week with the continuation of this particular story. They may find the answers that Lawrence has been looking for. And yeah, thank you all for joining us. Other Dog, Jim, thank you for coming. I think it's been a while since you and I have spoken at all. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you for the channel points. If you like, maybe drop us a follow. And of course, subscriptions are welcome. There are plans and schemes and plots, and they require subscriptions to happen. But that's not important. If you're coming and you're enjoying your time, that's all that matters. I'll be back next week and during the early days of the week, likely playing Monster Hunter, because I've been kind of obsessed. No further RPG games this week. Kind of on a break on a few of them. Players can't play and that sort of thing. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I hope you had a good time, and we will see you next time.